What's good, beautiful people? My name is Mark and welcome back to another Psychedelic Serenity tutorial. Today we'll be taking on a reverse geode tie. We're going to be ice dyeing this design, and for the things that you'll need for this design is going to be your sinew or B55 Bowstring. For this particular design, I do like to work with the sinew. You'll also need out white bright, which is found in pretty much every grocery store, and I'll leave the link for that in the description. And then you'll need your shirt and any dye you might be using. Oh, and a bag of ice, because we'll be ice dyeing it. You can also liquid dye this, but personally I like the look of the ice dye on the reverse geode. So it's up to you which way you want to go. Let's see. I want to take a second to remind everybody to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already. For the people that are subscribed, thank you so much for being on this journey with me, and for the new people, welcome. Oh, and also leave a comment on this video. I will be giving away this shirt at the end of the month. For anybody who leaves a comment, I will be calling one random winner to give the shirt away. So yeah, let's see. You can find all my artwork on Instagram at Psychedelic Serenity AVL, and also on Facebook at Psychedelic Serenity. So without further ado, I will see you at the folding table. Peace. Alright, beautiful people, we are at the folding table. I also want to mention another thing you will need for this project is like a 3-gallon or 5-gallon bucket to discharge the black when we do the out white bright. So that is another thing you'll need. I thought there was one more I wanted to tell you. Yeah, I think that's it. So I need a new folding table too. This thing is beat. It's an old camping table that I found curbside. I swiped it up, but I seen them on Amazon, newer ones. I think I'm gonna get some. And I would like to remind everybody to let things flow, get your human out of the way. That's going to be a constant mantra on this channel, is to just let go a little bit and get your expectations out of the way, because, you know, in my experience, expectations really kill the experience every single time. There's always a letdown when there's expectations, or an opportunity for letdown. It always isn't the case. But usually it's with me, because you know, I'm always expecting for it to be perfect, and you know, just the way I thought it up in my head, and if I open it and it's not, it's always a bummer. So let go a little bit, let your intuition guide you, and yeah, you know, you don't have to do the exact same thing I'm doing. If you get called to do something else within this process, go for it, because you might discover something that no one's ever done before. So yeah, play with that, or you know, experiment on the next one, however you want to do it. So there's a couple different ways to do geodes, and you know, I got really obsessed with the loose geode, is what they're calling it, I suppose. And it's a super simple design, and yeah, just we're gonna go for it. So you can get chalk marker or whatever you want to draw lines, but I kind of just go with it. So I usually start at the bottom here, and it's really just grabbing fabric and creating a line. I do it in my head, but like I said, you can draw it on the shirt. Maybe I will. Hang on one second. So I just got this nifty little Taylor chalk marker, whatever you want to call it. I think I found it on Etsy for like $7 or $8 or something like that, and it comes with a bunch of refills in different colors and a few white ones. Should have brought out the bigger table. So I'll just start here, and this thing works the best that I've come across as far as like marking a black shirt. And I'm going to swing this table around so I can lay this full shirt out for you guys. See if that's in the... Okay, that works. I'm just gonna go over it a couple times. I can see it, but I don't know if the camera can. If you guys can see that. And then I typically, and like I said, you can start your lines wherever you want, but I typically start this second one kind of close to the first one. And I'm just letting my intuition guide me here. I'm not following any set rules besides that right there. The shape of the lines is just all where I want to go right now in my head or in my heart. All right, let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that at the bottom of the shirts there. We're a little bit out of range, but my video doesn't let me like kind of do the 0.6 zoom out. And then this next one, I like to go on the side here, and then I like to go up the arm. And again, you can do this any way you want. This is how I do it. I make these videos as guides, not as so people can just carbon copy the designs, because, you know, I don't like to do that. Maybe some people may, but personally, I don't want to make something that someone else makes all the time. You know, it's cool to like do it once or twice to just get the feel of things, and then, you know, I try to make it my own every time. I want people to see my art and go, oh, that's a Psychedelic Serenity, or Mark did that one. And I hear it all the time, you know, from customers that are at shows and stuff, that they can pick my shirts and stuff out right away. So yeah, as you can see this, I started this on the side here and came right up here to the sleeve. And then, let's see, for this one, I'm gonna just do like, and this is something I'm just flowing here. Just do like a half circle or a half weird shape there. And then maybe a little something on the sleeve, or just a little line on the sleeve here. All right, at this point, you're gonna grab your sinew. And you can start wherever you want. I found it easier to just start at your first line and then move across, and you can come back over here with your sinew. It's real easy to get there. And I'm really just, I'm not pleating it perfect and following the line perfectly. I'm kind of just using it as a guide, and kind of, I take the material and pull it towards it. I'll take this and pull it like this, and then pull it towards it. And yeah, that's it. And it doesn't need to be perfect. For your sinew, I like to pull my sinew towards me instead of away from me. So I just found it easier that way. And I go around 3 times with the sinew before I go ahead and give it a good pull. That's 3, and then we'll just pull it. And that cinches it pretty good. And what that does is that's going to leave the black line there for us after we discharge it. If you don't pull it tight enough, it's going to go under that and get rid of the black line. So if you want to just give it an extra pull to make sure that black line's there, go for it. And then our second line is, like I said, pretty close to here. And then it works its way up past the neck. So, and the same thing, you're just grabbing bunches of the shirt, kind of following the line. Hey, Mr. Blue Jay. And again, we're going to go around 3 times before we pull and cinch. If you go any less, it typically, you're going to, that black line's going to disappear once we discharge it, because you're going to use boiling water. Oh, that's what I think I wanted to tell you about. Another thing you'll need. You're going to need a pot and some water, because you're going to, I usually put my boiling water on right before I start folding this, because by the time this is done, the water will be ready, and then I can go and wipe right it, or discharge it is the proper term, I guess. And again, give it a pull. And my third line is going to start on the side here. At this point, it just looks like a big mess, but you're just following your lines at this point. Bunching this stuff up. Very carefree. And yeah, thank you guys so much for continuing to support my channel while I was on my little lull after the hurricane. I was dealing with some heavy life stuff I told you guys in the last video, and I'm still kind of grieving and going through that stuff. But you guys really have held me through that with your comments and just your support, your views has really held me. You guys do more for me than you'll ever know. It's really a two-way street where, you know, I'm helping you guys out. I hear from y'all that I'm helping you out, and you guys really do help me out so much, and I really want to express my gratitude for that now. Yeah, and another thing that has helped me with this heavy stuff that I'm going through is gratitude. Gratitude has the frequency in it to like really take you out of the worst kind of energy. So just keep that in mind. If you're ever going through a tough spot, find some gratitude, even if it's for the smallest thing. That gratitude will bring you out of some funky ass energy. So, all right, now we're gonna go to the fourth line, which was that half circle or whatever. And it's really bunched up at this point, so you might have to search a little bit for your line. And again, it's really can be free flow too. So if you can't find the line, just wing it. And then the last line I got is on the sleeve here. Alright, and then from this point you got all these loose edges here, and I like to just, you know, you can bunch that stuff up and then just wrap it once or twice, and I give it a loose pull. I do not pull it as tight as we were just doing, because I don't want black lines all over the place. I just want them 5 that I did, but just enough to get it tight so that when we're dyeing it, it's got some shape to it. Anywhere you have like a big bunch of shirt, go ahead and wrap it around and just give it a light pull. And after we put in the white bright, that stuff's going to get real loose, but if it comes undone, you can always wrap it after the white bright again before we dye it. So here's a big section. I'm just going to push it towards the pile or the other sections, and like I said, I'm not giving these ones a good tug. It's just this light pull. And the last and final little wrap we'll do. And that's it. You're gonna snap off your sinew with scissors or a lighter, or I just got a lighter here laying around, so I'm going to do it with that, but typically I have scissors. And then you can tie this off somewhere, or get it under a tight spot and just kind of leave it. I'm going to try tying it off somewhere. But anyways, that's the end of the folding section. At this point, if you haven't started your water, go ahead and get your water started and grab your White Bright and your bucket. And I'm going to go ahead and remind everybody to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and be sure to leave a comment, because I will be giving a shirt away at the end of the month. For anybody who's left a comment, their name will be in a drawing, and I'll pick a random winner. And I also want to remind everybody that if you are watching my tutorials and you create a shirt from them and you share it on social media, be Facebook, Instagram, I don't need personal recognition. I would like to be tagged just so I could see it, but the more important thing to me is that you share the link to the tutorial that you watched while you were creating it, because what it does is it helps my channel grow, and it also keeps the inspiration moving through the community. You know, someone that doesn't know how to get to the YouTube or search my, you know, there's a lot of people that don't understand how YouTube or any social media kind of works. So to have that link right there, all they got to do is click on it and they can find the video. It's very helpful. So yeah, please do that. That's like a huge thing for me. If you guys can do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you at the discharge station. All right, peace. Okay, y'all, I also recommend that you do this with a mask on and a set of gloves. I don't have a mask currently, but, or I do have a mask, I'm just not gonna wear it because I'm gonna need to talk. And another thing that you're gonna need, which I should have had this stuff ready, but just something to pull that shirt out of the White Bright, because you're not gonna wanna put your hands in boiling water, and then a stick just to move it around when you first put it in. It's going to be in there for like 30-40 seconds max, so be ready. And I also have another bucket of water that's cold. After I pull it out of the White Bright in the boiling water, it's going to go right into the cold, and then what we're going to do is from there take it and put it in our washer and spin all that stuff out. And then what I do is I fill it back up with water, just put it under the faucet, and then I put it through another spin cycle so that all that White Bright is getting out of there. So yeah, what I do from here is I put the shirt in the bucket, you take your White Bright, and I just cover the shirt up real good. You probably need, like, you know, an eighth of the bottle in there for one shirt. So yeah, now you'll get your boiling water. And I'm not sure if I just said this or not, but I recommend that you do it outside, because this stuff just really reeks and it'll smell your house up. It'll give you a headache. So yeah, you just start, put your boiling water in. Push it down a couple times, and then you can grab it and right in the cold water. And just like that, we're done with this section. I will see you at the dyeing station. Remember, take this spin cycle, fill it up with water, and then another spin cycle, and then it can go into a bucket of soda ash, getting ready to dye. All right, and then from here we have to make a barrier for our ice dyes. I typically use cardboard in most situations, but if I can fit them in these baskets, that's what I use. And this one will probably just go in there perfect. Yep. So if you got a basket or something like this, use that, or you can use cardboard and make a wall around it. However you usually do your ice dyes to keep the ice from falling off the sides. I guess I can show you how I do it with cardboard, just in case you don't have a basket. Alright, so you can just take any old cardboard, and you're going to want to cut strips. And you'll want some masking tape or something like that. Pull this out. And this will prevent the ice from falling off the edges. Really just wrap it around like that and get your masking tape or whatever tape you got. And then I usually, if there's gaps here, I'll take a rubber band. And then wherever your gap is, you can put it there and that'll tighten that up. And then once we get to the dye table and you're going to put dye on, you could slide that over, and this way you'll still have some some pressure coming in at the bottom, and you still can get at your shirt to dye it. So I'm going to walk over to the dye room and we will see you over there. Peace. We don't have a battery enough power for light, so let me see. All right, welcome to the dye studio. I think I'm gonna go with Pillars of Creation by Grateful Dyes. It's one of my favorite dyes out there right now. I will leave the link in the description of this video of where to get this color. Grateful Dyes is an awesome company. Go check them out. They got a bunch of really cool ice dye colors. And what else? What other color can we do here? Let's go with... Yeah, I guess we're gonna go with the new Mindbender. I just got this in a couple days ago. Mindbender X by Dye Spin. They have really beautiful colors too. Their Dark Horse dyes are their ice dyes that they're focusing on. So we're gonna start with Pillars. And actually, I lied. I'm going to leave the link in the description of the bio for this as well. But I'm going to keep this Pillars of Creation. I think Black Cherry is where I'm going to go with it. I want to keep it more earth tony-ish, so that that's just how I want to do it. So you can lay your dye however you want. As you can see, I'm just kind of using my intuition and going with it. Some spots I'm hitting heavier than others. And yeah, super relaxed. Do I have Black Cherry? Oh yeah. And Black Cherry by Dharma. Grateful Dyes also has a really beautiful Black Cherry. Their ice dye Black Cherry. I'm just out of it right now, so we're gonna substitute. I really like Grateful Dyes Black Cherry better than Dharma's, but you know, when you don't have it, you don't have it. And I'm just going to go and fill in some space. I'm going to not completely cover it, but I'm going to mix some of the Pillars of Creation on top of the Black Cherry. Ooh, I need to re-up on my Pillars of Creation. If anybody wants to buy me a Pillars and send it to... No, I'm kidding. Anyways, let's see. Is there anything else I want to add? You know what? I'm just going to add a little bit of Mars dust just for the heck of it. See what happens here. And it's going to be very little, but we're going to go all over the place with it. Boom. All right, and now we'll add our ice. And a lot of my ice dyes that I typically do require two sides to be dyed. But this Geode Design is only going to require the one side to be dyed. I like the way the dyes come through on the opposite end. And you always want to start with less ice than more ice, because you can always add more if you need it. You can't, if you add too much, it's going to drown out a lot of the color. So And right now I typically know how much ice to add for these shirts. So it's going to be 1 layer-ish. And sometimes, depending on the color, you know, different colors take more ice to get going. It's just how it works. So some colors that I use, I'll turn over the shirt and there will be white space or beige space in the reverse dye world. And I'll have to add more ice in some sections. So, you know, before you pull all the cardboard off and everything, you'll pick it up and you can look underneath to see if you need to add more dye. So yeah, we'll let this melt and then it'll be time to rinse it. I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the review. What's good, beautiful people? Here is the final result of the loose geode tutorial shirt. I'll get in a little closer here. I absolutely love the palette on this, and the design is exactly how I drew it up. I want to thank everybody for being here with me on this journey. Thank you for honoring your creativity, and thank you for all the love and support y'all have shown me while I was absent. We'll wait till this plane goes by. Yeah, thank you for showing all your love and support while I was absent here. The channel continued to grow. Y'all continue to leave comments, and your comments are so beautiful. Truly brought me to tears on more than one occasion, and they have held me through this difficult time that I was going through, and I'm still going through. I do feel the energy shifting a little bit, but I'm still definitely going through it. So I appreciate y'all so much gratitude for each and every one of you. I want to remind everybody to go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure you're subscribed, because I will be giving a t-shirt like this away at the end of the month. It won't be this particular one, but I'm going to use the same palette and, you know, the same design. This one was a custom order, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to make the tutorial. I want to try to stay more consistent with these. I want to try to make them every couple weeks and keep the inspiration moving. And that's another thing. If you guys create something from one of my tutorials, I don't need personal recognition with my name, although if you tag me, I would love to see your creations. But the more important thing to me is that you copy the link to the video of the tutorial you created it from and share that with your social media posts, because that keeps the inspiration moving through the community as well, and it also helps my channel grow. So I'll remind everyone to make sure you keep your human out of the way. Follow your intuition, and yeah, have fun. Don't take it so seriously. Get your expectations out of the way, and, you know, put a smile on your face. So I love y'all. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Peace.